Graduation season is here. The weather is beautiful, and we'll be back right after this. And we are back, I guess.
Good morning, Beth.
Good morning.
Hey, good. Glad to see you.
Did she jump in already? There
She
it
did.
is. Wow, look at you.
She's on it.
You were ahead of it. Awesome.
It's a good morning for coffee.
Yes.
It is.
Foggy, not cold, but kind of cool. It's beautiful. Man,
Yeah.
the weather's been great.
It has been, and we've had some rain, but it's been nice. Good
Yeah,
weather.
well, the weekend,
Whoa.
graduation parties,
Yeah.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Lights Borealis,
Yeah.
like all the things. But the weather was fantastic right up
beautiful.
through graduation.
Yeah.
So we did get a little break in all that crazy rain for all those amazing
it
weather
was
days.
epic weather weekend.
Yeah,
It was
it really
very
was.
nice.
Did you kind of feel like, did you post any pictures of the Northern Lights?
I didn't post any.
I didn't post any. I sat out there and just enjoyed it.
I did, but it was hilarious to see all, I mean, like, you
It
just
was
scroll
funny.
through Facebook and it was just like picture
Purple
after
and green.
picture after
Yes.
Or
picture
pink,
after
yeah.
picture. Now, the iPhones did a number on those because
Yeah.
of, like, you're looking at it, you're like, I think I can kind of maybe see the Northern Lights, and then you bring up your phone, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
The Northern
Just enhances
Lights.
all
Yeah.
that
pretty
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
pictures actually look way better than the actual lights.
Yeah, because we could definitely see, we were coming back into Rogersville, I don't know what time it was, 9-ish, 9:30 maybe. I think we missed the nice, like the biggest display. I think it was kind of early.
Yeah,
But-
right after sunset.
Is
I
that
think
when it
the
was?
best time.
Yeah, and I
But
didn't see that.
It carried on for a while.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I was at graduation parties. I think that night I hit 4 of them. And so I was just hopping. And when I got home, I hit Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and I see all
Mm-hmm.
these pictures. And I was like, oh, so I go outside and I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, I kind of
like a
can see it.
haze,
And I
yeah.
thought, what am I doing? I need to drive out in the country. So I
Yeah.
got back in my truck, drove out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was like pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Didn't
And then
look any different?
Then I
That's
go
good to
back
know.
home, and it looked pretty much the same, even in the neighborhood lights. And
Yeah.
So, but the phone hack, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I need to.
Yeah.
Do what
that
they're
made a
doing
big
here.
difference.
Really shut up. I have a funny story about you, Chris.
Oh, interesting. This is exciting.
It's not really about you, but it's kind of about you.
I have a funny story about you. It's not at all about
it's-
you.
It's near you.
Okay, all right.
No, somebody. I was talking to somebody. I don't remember who it was, and I can't remember. But I was trying to tell them about you, and somehow they kept saying, "Oh, you mean that soccer coach guy that's already run around here?" I'm like, well, I'm talking about the pastor down here, and I'm describing you. And he says, "No, he's the soccer coach." at Rogersville." And I'm like,
awesome.
"It's the same guy."
Hey, we're talking about the same guy. He does a lot of things.
yeah.
wears
They
many
didn't know
hats.
you were the pastor of the church. They just knew you were the soccer guy.
Isn't that great?
The soccer guy?
Yeah, because
The
I don't
church guy?
I don't lead in with, "Hey, I'm Chris Ballard. I'm a pastor."
Yeah.
You know, I want you to find out that way. Well, because
I'm a
people
soccer coach.
put up walls.
Sure.
The minute you
Yes.
say you're a pastor.
Kind of like I'm a lawyer.
I'm not. Yeah, right. You
I'm
know a thing or
okay.
two about that.
I don't need anything
Yeah,
today.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's the minute you tell somebody you're a pastor, all of a sudden, "Oh, I didn't mean to say it that way," or "Oh, sorry, pardon my language," or
Yeah.
whatever. You know, it's like, would you just be you? I'm a soccer coach.
I'm envisioning like you're like, I'm a pastor, and then boom, like this, like you get like a call, like the collar, like
It
the
pops out.
priest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they want to see
awesome.
your visor and your cheesy mustache.
That's right.
Oh, that's a hoot. That's funny.
If only I had some, isms.
Isms.
Some coach isms. Believe. Just believe.
Just believe.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we all believe something?
I wish I had all those fun little things to say like Ted Lasso.
Wouldn't that be awesome to be that
That just
person?
popped out. If only I had
I'm not
writers.
that person. When I try to quote something, it's an absolute disaster. It's a train wreck. I'm not good at quoting things. But no, I avoided the graduation circuit this year. Last year we had got invited to a bunch. This year we didn't line up right because my kids are still young, and but Mother's Day was awesome. It was a
Good.
lovely Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Delightful.
I'm
Thank
a
you.
little late.
Yes, it
Hopefully
was a
you
very
felt
good
honored
day.
and loved.
I
and-
did. I felt very honored and very loved. It was fun. We had a good time.
So what's the Mother's Day look like for you?
It changes every year. We have no consistent Mother's Day plans.
Okay.
But this year, let's see, took the kids to church, and then which that was really sweet. We got a rose, and they made cards at church, so that's always really nice. And then they also came home from school Friday with all kinds of Mother's Day things. So good job, LR Schools, for that. And I got woke up like Sunday morning, I guess, with a paper shoved in my face that told me, "Here, Mom, Mom, read this," and it was very nice. They did a good job with that. And then let's see, Jesse was making ribs, and he made jerk chicken, and
jerk chicken.
And then we made like a
We haven't
legit
done that in a long
recipe.
time.
Yeah, we marinated overnight.
Oh, Shayna does one like that.
It's
that is,
good.
She's like, I'll ask, why haven't we done that?
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of work to get the jerk.
It's some effort, yeah. It's in the true marinades, all kinds of stuff in a blender, and we had to go find, like nobody has Scotch bonnet peppers in this area that I've found, so we went and got habaneros.
Gotta go get them in Jamaica.
Yeah, we'll just hop on a flight to Jamaica and go. And so we did that, and my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law came up, who are both mothers, and so celebrated with them. It was good.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon a fantastic chicken recipe.
Oh, I'm all ears for fantastic chicken recipes.
It was more like I was just late and lazy and didn't have anything to do. But I had a jar of tahini around. the
Yeah,
house.
I don't know what
tahini's
that
good.
is.
It's a season. I don't know if it's the origins Mexico. It's like a Latin
Seems like
seasoning.
it, yeah.
It's probably Mexican, and it's like a chili lime sprinkle
It's a
stuff.
chili lime.
Yeah.
And Shelby had gotten some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which are the best
They're
kind
great.
of meat.
It's
Is
hard to
chicken
beat.
thigh, and I just covered them in tahini
Really?
and put them on the grill and grilled them.
It was
and they're
amazing?
Amazing.
I've got
They're
tahini
so good,
and
and that's
I've got
all you
tahini.
have to
That's
do.
it.
I mean, I flattened the thighs out. I covered them and then kind of rolled them back up.
Flatten thighs out.
Well, just spread them out.
Kind of spread them
Just
out.
spread them out.
Kind of
So if they're boneless, skinless, they've been split and the bone's been removed. So they'll fold out almost like the palm of your hand.
Sorry, I missed the boneless part. That
Yes.
makes more
Boneless.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you spread them out, and then I just put tahini all over the inside, tahini all over the outside, and then kind of rolled them back up the way they come in
Yeah.
the package.
Yeah.
Stuck them on the grill, and they were so good.
that kind of makes sense too. Kind of rolling them up because then they don't like dry out.
Yeah. So
Less
good.
edges.
Yeah.
I've got tahini
Tahini.
and I've got chicken.
big
We
fan.
may have to do that.
Yep.
I have
highly
no
recommend
tahini.
it.
It's real limey.
It's got a very strong lime
It's
flavor
got
to it.
it's very
I could do that. I don't
chili
do-
lime.
I don't really like lemony things, but limey things I can do.
It's good
You should
stuff.
try
It's
this.
hard to beat.
It was pretty epic.
interesting.
Well, that sounds good.
It was easy. That was great. It was easy.
Let's see. Okay, so LR did their graduation at Drury. That's where they do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and everything went off without a hitch.
Yeah,
It's good.
I think everything went well.
No protesters.
No
Nobody,
protesters.
nobody walking out.
Is that a
with the-
thing?
Oh my gosh.
Now that college campuses are out, are they still protesting, or did
I
they
don't-
move on?
I don't know.
I
I,
don't
think they're
know.
back to asking for their student loans to be forgiven.
Boy, there's
they-
a lot of
In 6 months,
contradictory
there'll be
things
a whole
happening.
new group of people asking for those. So.
I know.
Can I get mine retroactively?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Seriously.
Yeah. Can I file a claim? Is
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
I don't even. I can't.
I
I don't have it
know.
in me today
I
to
know.
talk about that. Can we
I
go back to
know.
the weather? The weather was fantastic,
It was
wasn't it?
lovely.
Wow.
Overcast, not too much sun, in the 60s, perfect,
Oh, man. Yeah.
beautiful.
Good times.
Yeah, for me, it's funny. You're talking about the whole pastor soccer coach thing. So I get that on the graduation front too.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm a neighbor, I'm a pastor, I'm a soccer coach, so the invitations are all over there. So I literally spread all of them out and try to map how I
How to
can
make it work.
efficiently go from one to the next, and just know, okay, I'm going to miss some of them.
I think
Sorry
I
if I
just,
missed yours, but yeah, I put a grid together.
That's
You'd
epic.
almost have to, especially when you're coaching high schoolers, right? You're
Yeah.
going to have a crop of seniors every
Yeah.
year.
It's
I think I only have
Insane.
one party to go to. My little cousin. My
Little cuz?
My cousin's daughter. So it's a little cousin, right?
Little cuz.
Little cousin. First
So you
cousin
got-
once removed.
Give it little cuz.
Little cousin. Yeah. It's like
Wee Willie with his
Like,
little cuz.
like Christopher to Tony Soprano.
Willie.
Little cousin. Yeah, it's like,
Wee Willie.
I was just trying to come up with this rapper.
Wee
name.
Willie
it's
and a little
girl,
cuz.
so you
Little
know
cuz.
we're going to Clinton for that. I think. So.
He's like ignoring us.
What would your
Like,
rapper
what are they
name
saying?
be?
I don't.
What would-
know.
I don't know either. Shorty. I'd be Shorty.
Yeah, little short,
Little short.
shorty what? Shorty.
Little Shorty in the Rogersville. See what I
don't
did
know.
there?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
It didn't work?
Yeah, it
Oh,
didn't
dang
work.
it. I tried. I tried. Sorry for every rapper I've ever insulted with that.
Oh man,
It was terrible.
We're going to take, I think, an interesting trip. Kind of came off the wall to
Okay.
for our 29th wedding anniversary. We're going to take like 3 nights
Mm-hmm.
in Cape Girardeau. Right?
I'm not
All
laughing.
three of my kids were born there.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Why are you going to Cape Girardeau?
Well, I picked it. And we were looking for somewhere that wasn't too
Wow.
far away.
okay.
I like that you're laughing. Beautiful downtown Cape Girardeau.
Trying to think,
It's
there's a-
so random.
It is a little random.
Well, especially since you've traveled like all over the
Oh
world.
yes, like
yeah,
it's like what you thought, like Dubai, Paris.
I was
Yeah.
really waiting for
Beijing,
something
the places
great.
where we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cape Girardeau.
Yeah, Cape Girardeau.
Cape Girardeau.
Nope.
Yes.
Well-
I think it's Broussard's, a little Cajun restaurant downtown on the river.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like
give
a
it give it a go.
Cajun
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So
it was
no,
good.
we got an Airbnb.
Okay.
It's got a like a deck and stuff. It looks over the river.
Oh, nice.
And then there's a lot of little restaurants and
Yeah.
some little things to do in Cape Girardeau.
Try the Cajun one. Let
Yeah.
me know what you think.
Okay,
I think it's called Broussard's.
didn't realize that Cape Girardeau was on the Mississippi.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 It
That's
just
literally why I
never
picked it. Is I thought
really-
it's by the river, so there's
How
a little,
big is the Mississippi there? Is it big?
Well, it's got to be. I
Like
mean,
huge?
it's-
I mean-
it would be bigger.
Well, yeah, it
there
would be,
than it
because it's-
is in St. Louis.
Basically the same.
Sorry,
yeah.
my brain was like malfunctioning
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I never made that
It's
connection.
only 2 hours south of St. Louis.
It's
so.
downstream from
Okay.
St. Louis, so I assume that there's a little bit of Mississippi River history, culture
Yeah.
in the town,
Yeah.
and just thought go check it out. What's
When
going
are you
on
going?
Cape Girardeau?
Interesting.
End of May.
Oh, anyway, so soon.
Yeah.
Okay,
So our wedding anniversary is June 3rd, which is the day I'm having my toe surgery.
Yay! Classic.
So
Classic way you celebrate
we're
things.
going before that. So it's our 29th wedding anniversary. So
Yeah.
Cape Girardeau is appropriate for like a random.
A random 29th
I think that's great.
anniversary. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's a
So
historic
30th
Missouri town.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm thinking kind of like St. Charles, kind of a feel, maybe. I don't know. Not so much.
It's yeah.
A little more hillbilly.
It's telling that we lived in Dexter, which is an hour away, but it's southeast Missouri. We lived there for 6 years, and I'm sitting here racking my brain. What can I tell him that's awesome? I came up with a Cajun restaurant. Is all I've got. Like
This is like somebody from
Here's
like
what-
West Plains saying, "We're going to Seymour for our anniversary."
I'm gonna take
pretty
a
much.
nice little trip. Seymour, Missouri. Have you ever heard of
I'm
it?
trying to think what else. There's got to be some.
There's some stuff.
I don't know. This may be the weirdest thing we've ever done. Well, obviously not.
Honestly, though,
Probably not.
one of Jesse and I's most memorable vacations was a trip to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I was
Land between the lakes. Patty settlement.
we went to oh my gosh, what was it?
Paducah.
Nope. We went to
Lexington?
the mountains.
Oh, okay. Knoxville. Oh, not Knoxville. That's Tennessee.
Nope.
What is?
I'm trying to think of what the name of the town was. So Cumberland Falls was the
Okay.
destination, right? And it's in a small area of Kentucky, including the town where the original KFC was. The origin of KFC was in this town. I can't think of the name of it.
Colonel's place.
They're not big towns. And so I didn't know. And I saw Cumberland Falls, which is an incredible waterfall. I can't remember on what river. But I saw it in a Southern Living magazine. And so I was like, Jesse, let's go there. And he's like, okay.
Okay.
We're road trippers back then.
Yeah.
So off we went.
Now I got to admit, I got pretty much the same reaction from my wife when I suggested Cape Girardeau. Like, what? Cape Girardeau?
Cape
And then she like starts
Girardeau.
looking at it. She's like, there's a ton of Airbnbs available in Cape Girardeau. She's
Well,
like,
yeah.
apparently this
They're
is
everywhere.
a thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's
Cape
great.
Girardeau.
So,
It's
like,
a wonderful town.
Next
Yeah.
year, for 30, we're planning on going to Buenos Aires. You know,
Well,
we're going
that
to
makes-
South America.
yeah.
It's the 30th.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a
Cape
little-
Girardeau, Buenos
Buenos
Aires.
Aires,
I mean, both great architectural
It's gotta be
sites.
There's somewhere wherever you go, there's something
Similar.
to see, right?
Yeah, I agree with this, and I love it because no, Jesse
There
and I.
you go, Beth. You're right.
Thank you.
100%.
Yes,
go. That's exactly
We
the
again
point.
we
That's the scenery you're looking for.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
her face.
That's right.
we laughed more about the Kentucky trip as life has gone on than anything else we've ever done. It was hilarious. We we ended up in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, in the non-tourist season. It was great.
As long as you didn't hear banjo music, right?
Boy, you got
I
some
stayed
pretty
out of the
teeth.
woods.
It's like
I mean,
Ned Beatty.
when an
That's West
Ozark,
Virginia, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I guess it probably was.
When an
Yeah,
Ozark-
Kentucky's close.
yeah, it's close.
It's all
yeah,
the same.
They had a
It's all Appalachia.
they still had a Blockbuster. This was years after the one on Battlefield in Springfield had gone out.
Isn't there still like a Blockbuster in some town in
I think
in
so.
Washington? And like what's keeping them going is their Twitter account. It's like
Oh,
they
that's
keep
brilliant.
posting stuff.
I love it.
And people, it's like epic.
It's
And-
like
My
a-
kids
like
will
a-
still tell you, like Family Video.
Yeah.
Like that was our childhood, Family Video.
Oh, yeah.
We're so sad it doesn't exist.
It's amazing. We had a video store.
Yeah.
It was awesome, and then we also
Remember the
had
smell of a
Yes.
video
Yes.
store. It's like
Uh-huh.
a very
weird
unique
carpet smell,
Yeah, it's
almost
carpet- the carpet
bowling
smell.
alley.
plastic
Yeah.
Almost-
CD cleaner
Yeah, something
candy
was
aisle.
90s chemicals. Yeah.
What I remember
With
was
some
like
candy,
you go
yeah.
to they're like before Blockbuster, where you just sort of had random video
Yeah.
stores.
Every town had their
Yeah. The
The
local
Nook
videos.
in the grocery store. Hello.
Oh, the
Yeah.
grocery store. You get
The
you could
grocery
rent,
store video.
like
the,
maybe 20 VHS tapes.
the best thing ever was when my dad was like, I think I'm going to go get a video. And he'd go after work and he'd come back from the grocery store
What'd you
with
get?
some
What'd you get?
videos,
Yeah.
some tortilla chips,
Yep.
a
Some
Coke,
Pepsi,
and you're
yeah.
like, we're getting. No,
Oh, sorry, we were a
dear
Pepsi and
Lord.
popcorn family.
Ew.
Well, even before that, you know, I'm talking like 80s.
I feel like white
80s.
trash now.
I mean, a little.
I
but
mean, that explains a
Pepsi?
lot of Pepsi.
But like you
We're a
go to the
Coke
video
family.
store and like you rented them like for a week.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
A week at a time. You get the video
Yeah.
for a week. But you'd go in there and you'd pick out like your 3 or 4 videos and then you'd like, and a pack of blank tapes too, please.
yes.
I never did that.
I'm totally not recording
Totally
this.
not making a copy of these at home.
Oh, man. Oh, is there a produce auction in the Cape?
I don't-
Yes.
See,
yeah.
that's how you blend in like a local. You
Yeah.
refer to it as the Cape.
You're going.
Cape.
You're going
Cape.
too early though for all the good farmer market stuff.
Is that right?
Yeah, I
In
mean
June?
there'll be some, but
Well, May.
if
May?
if you're there
Yeah.
in July, the boot heel produce
Yeah.
like
Oh, for
watermelon
sure.
and cantaloupe and peaches and
that
it's
stuff.
amazing.
Yeah, we used to go to Arkansas for a taekwondo tournament every July, and we would always stop at the fruit stands,
Yeah.
roadside fruit stands on the way home.
Absolutely.
peaches and strawberries and
Yeah.
all that stuff on the way back.
Oh,
Super good.
I love it.
It meant good pies in August is what that usually meant. Yeah, it was a good time.
Well,
love
you'll be there
pie.
just in time that the rice fields will be flooded and the mosquitoes
Okay.
will be thick. And
All right,
The
we're looking forward to that.
Cicadas
Well, when we
will be
moved-
loud.
When we moved to Southeast Missouri, we dropped off. Poplar Bluff. You come off the bluff and into the flatland.
Yep.
And we've got rice fields on each side, some cotton as well, and like this is like May. It's about the same time you're going. We're going to, in view of a call, if you remember that phrase, at a church.
Uh-huh.
And we're driving through, perfectly sunny day, and Shayna goes, "Is it raining?" And I was like, "No, why are you asking?" She goes, "That sound, what's hitting the windshield?" I'm like, "Those are mosquitoes."
Ew.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like
Well,
rain.
fortunately, the cicadas will maybe
Hopefully be
you'll
attacking.
maybe they'll eat the mosquitoes.
maybe they'll eat the mosquitoes. Maybe we'll eat the cicadas. I don't know what we got going on in Cape Girardeau.
Some
Oh, I
honey and cicada.
I don't know. I mean, there's so much talk about eating cicadas, and I'm
What
like,
is-
I don't.
No, hard pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I would
No.
be interested in that.
Sounds bitter
No.
to me.
I mean, if that was it, if that was my only option, maybe,
Yeah,
but
I
no.
mean, go little John the Baptist here.
Right.
Somebody was sharing, I'm hearing
camel
a
skin
lot
on,
of
let's go.
rumblings about like they're putting crickets in food now as part of a food additive.
Yeah,
heard that.
I saw
And
that.
I've seen some memes, and one of them was about Jimmy Dean sausage. I'm sorry. If Jimmy Dean's got crickets in it, I'm going to keep eating it.
Thank you, Beth.
I like Jimmy Dean
all the
sausage. I'm not going to give it up.
Yeah,
tasty
Jimmy
stuff.
Dean's awesome.
Does anybody know if that's true or not, though?
No.
Like,
Well, the meme I saw, it like named us like if you see blah 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 this
Ingredient.
type of protein,
yeah,
like
it's crickets.
it started with an A, that means it's crickets. I'm like, oh,
I don't know.
Whatever.
We need a food
I'm
scientist.
trying to decide if I
comment.
care. I mean, if I can't tell,
I don't care
and
if it's
don't
Jimmy
know-
Dean.
I mean, what do you don't know they're putting in your food already?
A lot.
Yeah, they're trying to kill us anyway.
Yeah.
It's all plastic.
It's
and
it's a fine line between health and I need this health care
Yeah.
to live. So get you on the drugs so
Yes.
that you've got a lifelong,
Feed you the crickets, get
yeah.
you on the drugs,
So
and
you're
then
but not so unhealthy that it costs too much money.
yeah.
Right, just
Yeah.
enough unhealthy that there's a profit in it.
Yes.
That's
100%.
what I always kind of bugged me about. No pun intended. No, all puns intended. I've decided to intend my puns
intended.
from now on.
wow.
You
heard it here, folks.
Like American Cancer Society. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are people that that's their job. Do they really want to prevent cancer? Because you get rid of cancer, you're out of a job.
You're
He doesn't have a job.
You don't have a
yeah.
job. I mean, there's a little bit of lack of self-interest here.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that comes up.
I
from
sure
time
hope
to
people
time.
don't quit sinning.
Yeah, I know, right? I think you're safe. It's like being a criminal defense attorney. I'm really not,
think
never
you're-
really worried about running out of
You're
clients.
gonna have plenty of clients.
Yeah. I think they're always going to be in demand.
Oh,
That's
wow.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm still nostalgic about the movie, the video conversation. I mean, think of things that used to exist in towns that have no place anymore. The video store. There used to be an arcade or game type
Arcade,
store.
yes.
Those don't really exist too much because people want to play video games at home. You
Right.
know, what are other things? Like, there was just a lot of little stores that existed as part of a small town economy that really aren't a thing anymore. You had the pool hall. Remember pool
Yeah.
halls?
Yeah.
I don't know if people still has those.
Yeah, there's billiards downtown. There's still a pool hall.
There's usually like
I've
in the
never been
bigger.
there, so I don't really know what it.
Yeah, I've
like.
been there once or twice. I mean, I'm terrible at pool. It's like, why would I know how to play that? But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of little things like that, and they fit really well in small towns. Like
Right.
it just made sense. And so now, like, what are your core businesses in a little downtown area of a small town? You know, usually like boutiques and restaurants and stuff.
Well, I think boutiques
shop.
in general are kind of
That's a-
in danger.
Oh yeah, because everybody's selling that online.
Well, yeah, everything gets sold online, and nobody can afford to open up a boutique and actually stay in business. And so, I mean, that was, growing up in Republic on Main Street, there were several little boutiques, little trinket type shops.
Yeah.
And everybody buys that on Amazon now.
Yeah. Well, 5 and Dime stores. Remember 5 and Dime
Yeah.
stores?
oh yeah, we had a Ben Franklin.
Oh, Ben Franklin.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, we got
First time I went to
we
Cape.
Looked out and saw all the white fields look like snow.
Yep.
It was my first time to see cotton fields.
That's
I do
fun.
remember driving back from Memphis one time and seeing the cotton fields. And go, oh,
I remember in Alabama seeing the cotton fields. I'm like, stop the car! Out I jumped.
You'll see
cotton ball in
fields, but
hand.
they'll just be green plants.
yeah, I'm assuming that's true. Sure.
Pretty young.
5 and 20s driving movies. Yeah, I think she may be at 5 and Dime.
Driving movies.
5 and dimes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 5 and 20s now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a nickel.
10 and 20s.
Those are dollars. $5.
$5 to $20.
It's the dime and quarter store now.
I'm trying to think of what else were the small. There was usually like a little pizza-y type restaurant, right?
I think those are still kind of there.
I think
the
that
little
still exists.
burger shop, little dives still exist.
I know one
Dairy
that's
Queen.
sad. Houston had we called it was Neil's Sporting Goods. And Houston
Yeah.
actually got a sporting goods store back, but that's where you went and got your tennis shoes. And she had, oh my gosh, Rhonda was the name of the lady that ran it. That's where you got your tennis shoes. That's where you got your Letterman's jackets
I
and
was
your
just-
team
I
uniforms.
was just getting ready to say, like,
and-
Arbells in Springfield.
Yes.
You get a Letterman's
Which is
jacket
a bar
there.
now, isn't
Mm-hmm.
Which
it?
is a bar, yeah.
Yeah.
They've rebranded. Smart.
Because
Yeah,
the people that
inflation,
were
inflation,
there,
Beth, you got it.
the people that were there are now drinking at Harbo's because of the inflation.
Can't sell shoes
But no,
anymore.
Neil's Sporting Goods was awesome. Like you're like, oh, I'm going to Neil's. I'm gonna pick up my Nikes. I'm gonna or whatever. She didn't have that many tennis shoes, but I mean, you got a good selection.
I'm picturing in Houston, there were like 5
Everybody-
options, and everybody had
Everybody
those
had
5
the same
options at
Nikes. Yeah,
school.
we all did. Yeah. And if,
Oh, you
if
went
we
to
were
Springfield
lucky to
get,
have
you know,
Nikes,
something
yeah.
different, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw Doc Martin on the school campus, and I was like, whoa, somebody went to the mall and got
Yeah.
some Doc Martin.
All right, I remember some shoes from back in the day. I was see.
Okay.
This is probably Lauren wasn't probably around for these.
Hopefully
Chris,
not.
but you remember the kangaroo shoes?
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
don't remember those.
They had a pocket.
Little pocket. You
Had
could put a quarter in there.
and you could put a little. You could fold them.
Wow.
In your
Put it- yep.
Put a little-
Where was the
Little
pocket? Was
pouch.
it on the
It was-
tongue?
Yeah, it was on the on
There
the
were two
side.
different-
On the
yeah,
side?
they did have them in the tongue later, I think, but they were
Yeah.
on the side. There was a little zipper. right
Wow,
there. Yeah.
kangaroo shoes. Were
They
they
were
like
zipper?
Were they like a cloth sneaker
It was a
or
sneaker, is a tennis shoe.
tennis shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had a
Cool.
little pocket in them. You could.
Yeah. And I remember when Kangaroo was a pretty popular brand, they also did baseball cleats
Is that right?
Well, uh-huh,
Interesting.
You can put your little tobacco in there.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, your big league
Tobacco.
chew.
Big League Chew.
That you got at the Five and Dime.
Speaking of baseball, every small town probably had somebody that sold sports memorabilia, sports cards,
That
trading
would
cards.
pop up from time to
Yep.
time and quickly go out of business.
Yeah,
but
I would, as a 9-year-old, I would ride my bike up and trade
Cards, yeah.
with the local sports memorabilia guy, and just stand in awe of the ones he had that were super valuable.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree. That was definitely a thing that would go in and out.
Pawn shop.
There was usually a pawn shop. There still are pawn shops, but yeah, there's definitely usually a pawn shop at downtown.
Again, something that will probably never go out of.
There was your downtown jewelry stores. I don't feel like those quite
Yeah,
exist like they
don't-
used
yeah,
to. They're bigger.
Small towns aren't going to have that.
Yeah, I don't think small
Big
towns
towns
have a
will.
jewelry store anymore. K Spears Jewelry was our jewelry store, and you'd go in. And we also had just a normal shoe store, it was called Brown Shoes, and she had all kinds of different shoes, and I bet those are not common anymore either. I think
Not
Brown Shoe
many-
may still exist in
Not
Houston.
many small
but-
towns would have that.
Department stores kind of took over a lot of that.
Well, and then
and
now
then
now the
Amazon,
department stores got eaten.
Oh yeah, it's Amazon. Amazon. It's crazy. I mean, I don't really want to know, but it'd be interesting to kind of know. But how much of the retail sector is Amazon?
It would be interesting to know.
20%. I mean, of the
Yeah.
gross retail
I don't know.
sales in the U.S., what percentage is just Amazon? I'll bet it's crazy high.
Yeah, it's
And then you add like Walmart.com to that,
right.
Oh yeah.
BestBuy.com to that.
Let's see. Walmart's still the number one retailer, right? I would assume. I think.
You'd have to look it up.
It depends on what
It'd
you call
be
retailer.
interesting to
Are you talking
see.
about
Yeah.
box store retailer? Or are you talking about 'cause
Online.
Amazon's bigger than Walmart, isn't it?
It'd be brick and mortar would be the biggest, but yeah, I would say I don't know. It'd be interesting to know. I'm sure you can find those stats online. I don't know if I'm going to take the effort to Google them right now.
We just ask questions here. We don't do research.
No,
waffle.
we just keep expecting an expert
like
to
a
walk in and
political-
tell us
Just
that
want
it's yet to
somebody to
happen.
drop it in the comments. Just tell us.
Yeah, just
Who's the biggest? But
I don't know, but I mean it's amazing because we're talking like a 30-year cycle, right? I mean the downtowns were still
Yeah.
decently thriving. They weren't like they were back in their heyday, and there was the ice cream shop too, which a lot of those still exist. Like Houston just opened another corner
Ice cream
store
ain't ever
at the
going out
corner.
of style. Can't get that on Amazon.
Bless ice cream. But and that's what drives me, blows my mind, is every time I drive around Springfield now, there's a 7 Brew everywhere.
They have taken over.
And they stuck them across from Scooters. And
Yeah.
Scooters the other day
It's like the new
has a
Walgreens
sign in their
CVS
yard
battle.
that in the Scooters thing it said locally owned. Like, hey, holy moly, is it just a predatory business model? I don't understand.
Is Scooters really locally owned though? I mean,
I don't know. I would say the franchise is.
The franchisor.
Yeah.
Um,
I would assume the 7 Brews are locally owned by
well,
somebody.
it's a Northwest Arkansas business.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
so I'd rather people
Interesting.
drink that crap than Starbucks. But
Yeah.
it's still if I'm in Springfield though, I'm gonna go to Dancing Mule, or Kingdom Coffee or
Yeah.
something that's
Hard Rock?
I
What's that?
just
Hard Rock?
is
that
it still around?
Classic Rock.
Classic Rock.
That's what I
I
mean.
don't go there often because I'm not
Not that side of town.
that side of town for meetings.
I'm a
often.
Cafe Cubano gal. I like their con leches. They're good.
Yeah, that's a cool place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're-
their Cuban
legit-
sandwiches are good. I mean, because to me that's I'm in that side of Springfield a lot because
that's
I just
Mike's
go in
place.
that way.
Mike owns that.
Is his name Mike? His name is Mike.
His name's
yeah.
Mike. Yeah.
I like
my
Mike.
future daughter-in-law works there.
Really?
Yep. Sammy. She works there.
Yeah.
So we went in there.
I like the
Yeah,
con
but anyway,
leche
I
from there.
like hitting the actual locally owned small business owner coffee shops.
Yep.
So when
Yeah.
Shane and I do our 2-week road trip to the northeast and then back, that will be our thing. Is
hitting a coffee shop.
Yep, we'll Google. When we want coffee, we'll Google the
That's
locally
fun.
own place, and we
That's-
love
I try to
checking
do
them out.
that too.
seeing what they're all about.
I'm
Let
not
me know
gonna
if you find anything that tops Cape Girardeau.
I
Tell us
I
about
already
the coffee
know we're not
Cape-
going to
the
find
Cape.
it. It's
the Cape.
We'll give a
Okay.
report. I'll give a report on travel to Cape
it'll be
Girardeau.
fantastic.
I'm
I
gonna
think we'll have a good time.
I'm gonna remain nameless here, but I did try to visit a local coffee shop in Springfield that everybody has raves about, and I took the thing and I went because I was gonna be on that side of town. It was a terrible experience. It was terrible. And it was more just the environment was not what I wanted to be part of on a Saturday morning with my kids. It's just
Gotcha.
this is terrible. what is
So the
what's
coffee
happening?
was okay, but the environment
No.
wasn't great. Oh,
No, the coffee sucked.
yikes. Oops.
But I mean, coffee is one of those things. It's people get very intense about their coffee, but
Yeah.
the facts of the matter are people like coffee the way they want coffee to taste, right?
True. Yeah.
Because there's types of coffee that are not my favorite, and then there's types of coffee that every time I drink it, I'm like, man, I really like that. Now, I don't know. Coffee is subjective. It is. It totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't think this was good, and
Well,
it was just a whole total
Give it one more
disappointment.
try. I always tell people,
Yeah.
'cause if if the humidity's high and the grind doesn't get right,
Something's funky.
You could have had a new barista that just didn't
Yeah.
get it brewed correctly.
Yeah.
It's an art.
Yeah.
So who
I
knows?
think it was more of the environment that I was like, this is too much on a Saturday morning. Like, I can't. I just can't. I
It's too
can't.
much.
There's
All
too
right.
much going on. But I tried, and like I said, they will remain nameless.
I'm feeling very common or basic right now, I have to admit.
Why?
just because you're drinking.
I mean, the McCafe's
He's
not
got the
bad.
McCafe while I've
I-
got story time right
I
here.
like it.
I'm not going to say what's in my cup.
I like it.
It's okay.
I like
It's
I like
Starbucks.
I like McDonald's coffee.
But it's not. I buy grounds. I buy Starbucks grounds. That's what and I know you hate it.
I do. They
It's
burn
not-
their beans, and I just don't like that flavor.
And like that's weird. Well, and it's like, there's a flavor that you get used to of something. We were
Right.
talking about hot dogs the other day. I feel like I have good taste in food. I prefer a cheap hot dog. Like a ballpark. I'm not going bar S. No thanks.
You want a red hot? You
just-
want it to be red?
No, I don't. I just like a ballpark, Frank.
The ballpark. Those are good.
Like a ballpark or an Oscar Mayer. I'm
Well,
okay with that
my
too.
wife thinks that I'm nuts, and this was probably the first test if she was going to stick around or not. I am perfectly happy to eat a microwave hamburger from the convenience store.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, that's tasty. I'll eat that.
I can't.
I just
The bun and
I just got heartburn.
The bun
Hearing you say
and
it.
the
Yeah, I
patty
can't
and the
do that.
cheese are basically all the same consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
They
all the
all kind of come together.
all
mean-
basically probably made out of the same stuff.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
I'm-
if you're starving,
I
okay.
don't even have to be starving.
Look,
I'm like,
yeah.
I could really go for
I've done it
gas
before.
station cheeseburger.
I'm just gonna say it. I've done it before.
Right now.
I'm not proud of it.
I mean,
though.
I've eaten a cheese, a microwave cheeseburger
I mean,
before.
obviously, I will make and enjoy really good food, but
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to getting a microwave hamburger.
I'm just saying, I don't snub my nose at too much stuff. I'm just like, you know what?
Cow stomach. I will not ever eat that again. That was the nastiest stuff ever.
Ugh.
That was disgusting.
Yucko.
Yeah, one of these days I will. Hey, I'm 53. I think that day's.
it's
It's
pretty
coming
closer.
I think 55. Maybe I can start
It's getting
ringing that
real
bell.
close.
Well, and it's like I was having kind of a debate with somebody recently.
I'll have a senior coffee,
who was
please.
being a little snobby about food. And I'm like, you can find joy in just about any food in the right situation.
Sure.
Like a cheap hot dog or a burnt cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Like,
Well.
Ballard's like, I don't know about the coffee.
Well.
But
Well, listen, I grew up in the 80s. I grew up on Folgers.
Yeah, I did
right?
too.
Maxwell
I
House.
don't like
You know,
Folgers.
like it's
I can't do Folgers.
come a long way. But
I brew.
remember your roots.
Yes. Yeah. Folgers.
I'm blanking. The beignet place. What? The yellow can. It's got the
Cafe du Monde.
Cafe du Monde. That's what I in a French press is how I make my coffee at home.
Isn't that part chicory?
It is. Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
chicory.
I do
in it.
not like chicory.
But back to you
Cajun
get
coffee.
used to the way things taste, and that's the taste that you're looking for when you want something. And coffee is definitely that thing for most people. I think even just for the amount of, I drink my coffee in the morning black usually, but like a lot of people are like, it's got to be this amount of cream and sugar.
Right.
It's got to be this temperature. I drink mine boiling lava hot, melt your face,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I like.
Do you know why Cafe du Monde has chicory in it?
I have
they're
no idea.
Cajun?
Well, yeah, but do you know why they started using chicory down there? Because they were poor.
Oh,
And
So they needed
the
some
coffee
filler?
was expensive,
Yeah.
but they could use a little bit of coffee and the chicory, and they could make a coffee that was cheaper because they would just
makes sense.
fill it
You know
out
what
with the
chicory is, don't you?
I don't really know.
just a weed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that little bluish purple
Yeah.
weed.
We have them grow up around the highways.
That's
the
good to know.
hard. It's got a real hard stem.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
a
You
little-
see it around here all the
So,
time.
if stuff gets crazy, you
So
can make
is it-
coffee out
is
of
it
chicory
the
and dandelion.
stems? What are they putting? What is
It's the root.
Yeah.
They use the root, chicory root. Okay,
Yeah,
good to know.
And you can use
Yeah,
dandelion
don't
root to
use
make
the
coffee
flour.
too.
Don't use the flour.
No,
I mean, you can if you want. I don't care.
Different kind
I'm
of coffee.
always amazed over at story time when people get rose or lavender or any kind of floral
Yeah, I'm-
syrup. It's
I've
just
tried
weird
that,
to
and
me.
it's not my
Yeah.
cup of tea.
Yeah, people love it though. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not really.
It's like, well,
put
ketchup
enough
is
honey
another
in it.
good example of
Hey,
this.
Speaking of story time,
Yes.
our summer events are popping back up.
Oh, that's exciting.
Memorial Day weekend, Friday the 24th. We're having. It was supposed to be Cinco de Mayo. We moved it because there were too many conflicts. So we're having our fiesta
Excellent.
on the 24th. But here's the deal. So we're having a pet contest.
Oh,
So $5 to enter. We're gonna have ugliest pet,
nice.
cutest pet.
Yes.
All kinds of different pet
How about
categories. So
meanest pet.
meanest pet.
Most
Make sure
vicious
cat.
dog.
you're responsible for your pet. So make sure nobody gets
I will
injured.
bring my cat. He'll
Yeah.
bite you.
Yeah, don't.
It's a mean cat.
Keep it in the box. All right.
Keep it in the box.
This one has meowing, Mom.
All right. Somebody said ketchup, and I just wanted. This is one of the main things. I don't like ketchup.
I don't either.
Nothing. I don't want
I was
ketchup on anything.
Talking to somebody about somewhere we were going, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, they don't do ketchup there," and I was like,
Thank
Good.
you.
"Good, yeah, I
Good.
don't want that."
I'm not.
No.
I eat ketchup
I grew
on
up on
fries and
ketchup.
stuff.
I get it.
It's not my favorite
No.
thing. I mean,
don't want
I like ketchup on a burger or
Like a-
fries, but it's
A truffle mayo or a sriracha mayo is so much better
Yeah,
for fries
sure.
than ketchup.
Yeah.
fair.
See, my wife
Barbecue
doesn't
and
like
mustard.
mayonnaise. She don't like mayonnaise on anything. And
That's
I
how
think
my
mayonnaise is
brothers are.
fantastic.
My brothers are not
Mayonnaise
mayonnaise
love
eaters.
mayonnaise.
So I just give her aioli instead.
Oh, aioli. There you go. It's
Aioli.
I'm not gonna
Same-
say. I'm not gonna say. Yeah.
yeah. So like on a burger,
Yeah.
for me, it's barbecue sauce and mustard. I don't do
I-
ketchup.
Interesting.
love it.
Barbecue
don't-
sauce and mustard.
Or salsa. I love salsa on a hamburger.
Whoa.
Oh,
That
okay.
triggered
yeah,
me.
with
That triggered me not in a good
avocado
way.
and
I'll
yeah.
take mustard
Can't do
on my
that.
hot dog or my corn dog, but that's it. My hamburgers, I want them plain.
Really? Do you ever
Cheese-
put an egg on a hamburger?
I have.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Cheese,
Love an egg on it.
bacon, pickles, and onions
Bacon.
are what I want on my hamburger.
Cheese, bacon,
Yeah.
pickles,
Bacon double
onions.
cheeseburger, pickles, and onions only.
You know
I can
me-
rattle that off because that's
Yeah.
my order at Sonic. Bacon double cheeseburger, pickles, and onions only. Boom. I'll take
Boom,
it.
done.
Fantastic.
Say
1,200
it that
calories.
quick?
Yeah. It's 1,200 calories, so you can't eat it like
You're like
very
the
often.
micro machine guy.
Yeah. Micro machine. That's another thing they had when I was
Yeah.
a kid. They don't have anymore.
Yeah. The other thing that I probably think is that I think is I don't like that other people do. I think chewing gum is stupid. I don't like chewing gum. Like why? What?
I used to chew gum.
Just the concept of gum is
I-
stupid.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I'm gonna chew it and then spit it out.
I
no.
can't because I'm such an intense person.
Yeah.
You're chew
I
too hard.
get a headache.
Oh,
chewing?
Yeah. I don't. I'm not. I don't get the point. Of
I
chewing
watch
gum.
these soccer coaches
Okay,
that chew
no.
gum during a match, and I go, "How do you do that?"
If
'Cause
you're
I would
a
have such
former
headache.
smoker, chewing gum is very
Well, okay.
helpful.
I'm not that. So
Yeah.
I don't understand. If you're into chewing gum, great. I don't.
Just doesn't. You
Not
just
for
can't see it. I'm not a big gum person because it gets in my crown. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna chew on
Can't
gum.
have that.
All right. Well,
Isn't it funny? Everybody's different.
everybody's spice of life.
It is. This is true.
All right. Well.
Well, as intense as our conversation was last week, this is highly benign.
Kept it on the surface
So, I
today.
mean, it was fun, you know,
Even talk about it. I don't even know what we talked about.
I don't either. It was
just a whole lot of random crap.
which is what we do.
But I hope you all have an incredible adventure at the Cape
Yeah,
here
enjoy.
in a
Well,
couple of weeks or
we'll-
whenever that is.
We'll keep you updated. And so the Tuesday after that, I won't be able to tell you about it because I'll be laid up at home,
And I won't be here.
and Chris won't be here. But we've
Who
got
are my
some,
waffle guests?
we've got some exciting guests.
We
coming
have
up
some
lined
exciting
up
guests.
For when I'm gone a little bit, when Lauren's going to be gone, Chris is going to be gone for several
All summer.
months.
All summer.
Yes.
Two months.
So we're lining up some fun guests for you all. So Ben Walsh is going to be here 2 weeks in a row. He's going to come. He's a friend of mine. Just met him.
Is that Matt's brother?
Entrepreneur. I don't know. I don't
So
know.
you've just met Ben. I don't know who Ben is.
And you'll get to meet Ben. He's
Cool.
an entrepreneur. Owns a company called Congenius in Springfield.
Oh.
Startup.
Sounds fancy.
Pretty cool dude. He had me on his podcast
Okay.
a while back. So he's going to come and be our guest the first week Chris is gone.
Which Chris has one more
One more week.
waffle,
I'll be
and
here
then
next
he
Tuesday.
will be off until.
Gone for 2 months.
And then Ben is going to fill in for me the next week.
I'll be here July.
So he'll be here 2
22nd.
weeks in a row.
Ben better hold his keep
He'll
the
bring
next
it.
week.
He'll bring
How's his hair game?
it's a little different than yours, but he's got some nice hair.
Nice hair. Good.
He's got
That's
some
all-
nice hair.
It didn't have to be like mine. Just
Yeah.
needs to be.
Just needs to be a,
Needs to have hair.
He's got good hair.
hair-conscious
He has hair.
guest.
Yeah.
It'll work. Okay, that's enough. We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching.
Okay, that's enough.